Hello, everyone. My name is James Klim. Welcome to Red vs. Blue Season 10 reviews. Once again, Matthew Lake is joining me,
Hello.
and Christopher Strong is back,
Hello.
and Zedd is MIA, but we're going to go anyway. This is Season 10, Episode 19. It was an all CGI episode. The link in the description is the episode. Go watch it, come back, here are our thoughts, and let's get started.
Holy shit. That's my summary of this episode.
Yeah, my
So
summary,
much happened.
same. Yeah, I said holy shit, but the holy shit to what the hell did I just watch? Because I had no effing idea what the hell was going on. Completely lost.
It did seem like it was just kind of, there wasn't any reasoning behind the actions of
Like,
anyone.
did I miss something? Because I felt like I missed like a humongous part of season 10. Because I honestly haven't.
Texas was trying to break in with York.
Why?
This is the infiltration to save the Alpha.
Why are they trying to save Alpha?
Mentioned prior. Sorry, what?
How come they're trying to save Alpha from like all the tortures
Because
the director?
they figured out that they're torturing the Alpha AI, so
okay.
Allison wants to save him.
Okay.
And then Carolina's fighting Texas because all she wants to do is impress the director.
That's stupid.
And become the number one.
Okay.
So she's kind of like blinded by what's actually going on.
And York knows the truth, which is why he fights Carolina in this episode?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And is Wyoming wanting to just torture the AI, and that's why York fights Wyoming?
I'm guessing so. I'm guessing Wyoming's on the director's side, considering it was his AI that was used to torture.
All right. And what's up with South? Is she just pissed off?
She wants an AI. We know that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We know that always since Recovery 1, where she shot Washington, led him to die, where she took Delta away. We know that, yeah.
Okay.
So she's real,
Okay. And North North knows the truth.
Yeah.
And he
North doesn't necessarily know the truth, but he knows that he can trust Texas and the corruption of the Freelancer. And we knew that North could be part of the break-in anyways from the trailer. And can I give away a little commentary on this part?
Yeah.
I watched the DVD already.
I
pre-ordered it. So no,
wait.
No.
Is the one more part for it?
I'm just saying now that this is what they said in the commentary is that they knew that North could be part of the break-in.
That's right, because Chris ordered the.
You already have the DVD.
Yeah, yes. Chris ordered.
No spoilers though. Just saying.
Chris.
Don't
tell me anything. Chris ordered the DVD and he's seen all the episodes, so he knows everything.
No, Chris, is this the last episode?
No, it's not.
No, it's not even close.
Why would it be the last episode?
My favorite part of the whole season. Is still coming up. And I can say what it is, but it's coming up.
Ooh, you've got me tempted now. No, what have you done?
That's right. Next part of the episode. What happens next? So the break-in's happening.
We're gonna analyze this, right? Let's get analyzing right. So the scene actually opens up like sort of at the end of a scene, which was in the last episode, where Caroline is still talking to the director and the counselor.
Yeah.
And basically, the alarm goes off saying Texas is basically there. Shit hits the fan. Carolina's been told basically she knows what to do, which is go fight Texas and protect the director basically at any cost, really. And then the director walks off in a good old-fashioned strut without seeing his face with his fingers directly out. And the next scene skips to a fight scene, which I was actually impressed with. The music wasn't amazing, but still think they did a really good job. It's definitely stepped up from the previous fight scenes, which have been. This is probably the best. This episode is probably the best CG fight scenes that have been in this season.
Well, which fight scene is this one?
This fight scene is the one with Texas with the spike grenades versus all the Marines.
Yeah. That's actually that music right there actually really matched with the fighting in the first place. It was set the mood, I think.
Yeah, like it did like match, but I don't think it fitted to the scene. I think kind of like the typical. I think I might just be too used to the music that was used in season 9, because in season 9 I thought the music they used then was like perfect. I don't like the kind of music they've been using this season. I think that just might be my preferred choice, but
it matched perfect.
Yeah, like I said, it did match. Like it did, like when it hit, it was like a drum beat or whatever. But like in terms of like what I'm used to from seeing from Red vs. Blue, it didn't step up. But the animation was really good. There was one tiny little animation I noticed in this fight scene, which was
haircuts.
which was when she punched him. Like, sorry, I'm getting too picky, but it was a really good fight scene. Basically, all she did is punching it. Like, the punch was really slow for some reason, but other than that, it's hardly noticeable.
Yeah, but her versus the tank. That's probably,
oh my god, yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, I kind of wish that we would have heard like not Sheila's, Phyllis's voice or whatever. That'd be kind of cool. But
I really liked how the fight scene was a bit kind of like not over the top, but like kind of how Red versus Blue fight scenes are. Like how like there's a stupid spike grenade them, then kick them into loads of people, and then just blow up and kill them all. I thought that was like a really kind of creative. Back to the kind of like the original kind of choreographing that we're used to from Red vs. Blue rather than just fighting.
I thought it was really funny. So it gets stuck in the head or they get
stick in and then stick the crotch and everything.
Yes. What's up with Texas and crotches? I mean, she have a problem there?
Well, she's a woman, so you know.
I think she's just like a underlying. Obviously, church just didn't like satisfy her.
Well, I can't really do that since they're like both robots. So
when they were people. When she was the original her was
alive. AI church, they're a person, though.
Yeah.
So, and isn't Tex also a robot?
Now she is. She's an AI.
Okay, yeah. So, how can
anyway, back to the analysis. At the end of that little fight scene, South comes out with a fucking missile pod, reckoning she's the bee's knees. And basically started firing at Texas. I actually was quite impressed with the visuals in this fight scene. And then it switches to Wyoming and two Marines when South starts firing. Who are these cameos? Aren't these the same ones from prior?
I have no idea who these people are. I forgot what they said with the commentary.
They keep like reoccurring, don't they? They're always the same ones.
I don't think that was Smosh that time.
I think it's the same ones that did the ones that got squished by the pelican. I don't know why you ever wonder why we're here. The same ones as those guys.
Oh, it's the same as those guys. I don't know, honestly. But I'll say this: that the York actually told a really funny joke in there. The knock knock.
Oh, the knock knock joke. I actually really like this scene visually and animation wise.
I like the York versus Wyoming. And that's funny.
I actually love this scene. Like fighting wise, it was superb. Visually, it was superb. The animations were like really good. So like this scene, very good from my standpoint. Really love the talks and like York just being kind of spontaneous with the posters of the girls. He's like, ooh, eh?
But just so I know, by the way, I think what part does this episode end on? I probably should watch.
This ends when Sigma says, "We are the meta."
Okay,
we coming for you.
I'll make sure I'm at the right spot. Okay, cool.
Yeah. One thing I did notice in this Wyoming and York fight scene, there is like a crate in the back of the room, and it's got just loads of different helmets in. And if I saw correctly, there is a few Reach helmets in there.
Mm-hmm.
Just thought it was a little cool thing that they threw in, just loads of like green, pink, whatever helmets. And
yeah, it was really just wanted to fill up the scene, also just to just to show that Freelancer has a bunch of equipment, even more.
Yeah. Who's those pictures of? They look familiar.
You know what? I paused it on the DVD. I cannot tell who that is. So it's I can't tell. I really don't know.
The one he picks up in his hand looks very kind of familiar to me.
Yeah,
I might be wrong. But yeah.
Okay, but so next.
So that moves on to back to the fight scene between South and Texas, and Texas is basically fucking shit up, dodging all the missile pods, and then as she's about to meet her doom with about 50 missile pods flying out at once, North, South's brother, just whacks out 2 fucking sniper rifles like a boss into the air. Shoots every single one. Thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll say so. The first time I saw that, I was like, "How could he possibly do?" Oh yeah, Theta.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Two sniper rifles. I was like,
that's why, because all the calculations to hit the things will be doing AI.
True that. I noticed that.
That was like cool.
I love how he just casually walked in. He was just like, "What's the problem, ladies?"
Hey, Tex, take a walk. It's like, oh.
It's like, yeah. Like, I don't know if, like, I don't know what time it is for you, Chris, in the actual full thing, but in 2:45 in the video, I really like the visuals on this scene just in general. Most of the visuals in this, like, episode did actually please me, and I'm not going to bitch about them apart from one scene. But we'll get to that later. But yeah, I really did like the visuals. Everything seemed very spot on, speculative bump maps, all that jazz, all seemed very, very well done.
Yeah, I think that is actually really well done with the whole putting North versus the South, because it's been a long time coming for them to go ahead and do something against each other, to fight.
It's like the typical like brother or sister, or just brothers or just sisters in general. Like normally, there's always this kind of like hate, like they love each other, but they hate each other at the same time, and then there's just some point it snaps, and they just have to fight each other and get it out. And I think that's what that scene was.
It makes me like even like more. I don't know. It makes me kind of sad actually as well to think about the fact that South does eventually put her brother in position to be killed by the Meta.
Yeah, no, that's quite dodgy. That North's a really nice, genuine person. If he was a nice person,
like why couldn't South died and left North? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they can't. I'm wondering if Rooster Teeth regrets killing like every freelancer off at this point.
Yeah, because York's genuinely one of the best characters now. Like he's evolved and he's unreal.
Yeah, York to me is my favorite character out of the whole Freelancer saga, and then with North being number 2, and Washington.
Then again, they could bring them back because they bring.
They blew their bodies up.
Oh well.
Also,
maybe.
Just
he's not church.
Yeah, he's not church. He can come back 500 times.
Well,
or whatever.
Then that just gives more proof that the meta's coming back because his body didn't blow up. Anyway.
Well, we've already discussed this. He's obviously going to be coming back in the future. He's frozen in the ice.
Oh, yeah.
Melting down.
He's Captain America.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Anyway, Texas Walk goes for a walk, as North says, and then she comes into a bit of a pickle with a tank. With York doing a distraction, it switched to a scene where York's actually CGI composited onto some Halo Reach footage,
and it looks really bad in my opinion.
I was about to say if you said it would look good, I was about to stand out and say it looks a bit iffy. There's like the first camera angle, it does look like respectable. It does look pretty good compositing, but from the second camera angle pretty mad. There isn't any like race trace reflections. There isn't any. It's just kind of diffused lighting all the way across. There's no kind of dynamic lighting on him, and shadows are a bit off too.
There's this one thing though. Remember, I don't care. It's so awesome.
Yeah, like to you guys, like I keep saying this every fucking episode that I complain about CGI. To you guys, right? This is just fucking unreal compositing. Yeah, good. But to me, because I do this stuff.
No, I'm not saying that's unreal. I'm just saying that I'm cool.
Yeah, like obviously it's still good.
It's still fine for me.
Most people just like are acceptable and like, yeah, that's good. I'm just gonna criticize it, but because I do that kind of stuff.
Well, I did think it looked like shit, honestly.
It stands out to a mile from me. Just because I do that stuff, that's why. And if anyone like watching kind of is sick of me complaining about the CGI,
no, complain. We need to crush the RVB fanboys. Crush them.
And then the scene after this. Oh my god, the space CGI I adored this season. Like all the space CGI I've adored in this episode.
The missiles hitting the. Who's attacking us?
Who's attacking us?
Yeah, how did that happen? Like, who shot the rockets?
That was York. That was the big distraction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why.
X made the comment. You call that big? Men.
Oh, I see. I was so confused. I thought like when she said that, like the tank said that. I'm like, I was so lost in this episode. So I'm like,
I definitely think you should give it another watch.
I was so lost.
But I love how when their own ship is destroying them, yet the director and the counselor are still making more AIs.
Yeah. While the ship's going down, yeah. Like what the hell?
It's like what the hell?
I don't think they're making more AIs.
Well, they're taking them.
I should probably shut up right now.
Oh no, you're ruining it. No, stop with the spoilers. Right, this is our presumptions. Right, shh.
You're right,
Chris.
We
should just kick yourself this call.
You're right. He's making the Zeta AI right now.
Yeah, so there's 4 actual epsilon pods on screen. So well, the AI kind of
they're memory pods, memory units. Yeah, they could be empty. They could be full. Who knows? They did say they had fragmented AIs, so it could be the fragments of the AI. So who knows?
You know.
I know everything.
And one thing I actually did notice about this episode was how good the cinematography was. The cinematography there's the odd scene where the cinematography is pretty shit, but there's like the cinematography in this episode specifically seems to have stepped up. Like, genuinely, when it comes to like Rooster Teeth, their animations are really good. The visuals, they've been a bit iffy this season, but when it comes to the camera angles, the past 2 seasons, they've been a bit meh. But like, this episode, I've noticed a substantial improvement on the cinematography. Like, a lot.
Well, what they about this season also is that they brought in Kathleen to do the project management on the animation side with Matt Hullum. So it's by the you guys don't know, Kathleen is the one who voices Tex, and she used to work at Warner Brothers. That's just for the fans who don't. I don't know.
Did she actually work at Warner Brothers?
Yeah, she actually just worked on Scooby Doo, which makes kind of
really.
But hey, hold on a second. But it's good though because she met Matt Hullum there, which Matt Hullum went through her to get her voice for Tex. And
what did she actually do? Do you know what she did?
I think she was associate producer. No, I'm not sure anymore. Can't remember. She said something about animation. Can't remember what it was. So I think maybe like line producer or something. Anyways, sorry.
Having Scooby Doo on your track record's a good way to get going.
Yes.
But yeah, like I was saying, the cinematography's really stepped up. There was a lot of cool things in this scene with versing the tank, from her riding the box and just jumping onto it, and then the grenade. I love the grenade bit. Like, you saw Texas like hanging around, and then you just saw him as the camera was moving. Like, this was like a good example of phenomenal for cinematography in this episode. And then the guy in the background, like, you can't even see him hardly, and he's still just juggling the bloody grenade.
I thought that was a reference to when Donut threw the grenade and stuck Tex and said, "Take this, bitch." That was the only reference that in a long while that I actually enjoyed quite a bit. I'm like, oh, that's a Donut reference.
That grenade really should have gone off by the...
Yeah, and I'm like, what are you doing, idiot? Just throw the damn grenade. Stop juggling it.
Yeah, but it was still funny, though. Doesn't matter. Remember that Bernie has said he will override anything as long as it's funny. If it ends up funny, he'll override. Like, whenever they asked Tex what her Freelancer codename was, she answered Nevada. You know.
Oh, yeah, and then everyone took it so seriously, and she was taking the piss.
Making a joke, or like the whole Georgia thing, made a joke about Georgia, and everybody's like, "Hey, I wonder who Georgia is," and all that stuff. Like, you know, it's a joke. Just leave it.
Yeah, people that's why Tex doesn't do jokes anymore.
Yeah,
because people take her way too literally.
Because she's the plot character. She's like the one that plot character. So like, take her seriously. Just like everything she says is plot. So it's like, oh, she's telling the truth. That's what she is. You know, there you go.
Well, the next scene switched back to York inside Hill Reach, inside the generator room. I forgot what map it is. It's the space one. It's like the.
Anchor 9.
No, it's not Anchor 9. It's the other one. The one with the generator in the middle.
Condemned.
Condemned. That's the one. Yeah. Which I thought the cinematography in the scene was actually pretty good, especially on the second camera angle. The compositing, was actually phenomenal on the second camera angle of the scene. It actually looked like Halo 3.
Yeah.
Which I really liked.
I liked Delta and York's back and forth.
Yeah.
You know,
I liked how everything in this episode, kind of was like happening parallel. So it just kind of kept switching between them rather than explaining one whole character and then another at the same time. It's actually switching between them as they're happening.
Yeah, I kind of like that. It's like it kind of like shows like the chaos of the situation.
Yeah, just everything's kind of everywhere.
If they had like shown like all of Tex all at once and all of York, then all of North, whatever, it just wouldn't have made sense. I think.
Yeah. You know, I liked how they introduced the low gravity again. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, this time around, they actually did really, really well, though. The first time was kind of like a little too much, you know? But I like the shot with Tex looking right at Carolina on top of like whatever that board was. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah.
One thing I did notice about the next scene when Texas flies away and dodges the tank, another scene inside of Halo 3, composing a bit iffy once again. I don't know what's happened to them. They did fantastic compositing in Revelation.
Well, you know what it is, though. It's really simple to answer this one because there's so much. There's something going on right now that it's hard to composite this properly. Well, because remember Revelation, though, they spent so much time compositing it to match up with Halo 3 that they had to do this full animation in order to get this thing right. And so trying to composite it properly takes too long. And honestly, fans are going to watch this thing, not going to care so much. Because remember, Season 1 of Reference to Blue. Look at that thing right there. Look how crappy it looked. But people watch it because it's just funny. It was awesome, and it was really well made. It was just like, this is cool. This is fine. You know, it was fine. You know.
Yeah, so I agree with you. But then if there is scenes where they do compositing, I do think they should just go the extra mile and actually composite it to the degree of where it actually looks like it's there. Mm-hmm. Because like, if not, then why didn't they just do the whole scene in animation? If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, remember, they're doing all the Freelancer stuff in animation, and that makes sense, at least for this, because the Freelancers are pretty much mostly action anyways, in some plot, and the Machinima stuff...
Some plot.
Or they're just trying to get more stuff to... Is that they focus too much on the animation, the compositing, then they could have got to other parts as well. Remember, they're a small studio.
They've got a compromise. Yeah, I understand.
They have to. I mean, there's no way. I mean, unless they have 3 studios or whatever, like other movies have. They didn't make it properly. So
I did notice a continuality issue. I can't even say the word anymore. The word's gone in my mind. Whatever it's called. Where Caroline is going down the hallway, and then she ends up being at the top of Orbital.
Yeah.
That proper disconnected for me, and I don't know. But I liked how they used the shaft as an elevator. I was pretty surprised that they did that because I've never thought of it as an elevator. It's just kind of like a hole.
No, what's wrong with her being where she was at?
Oh, because she was going down the hallway, and then where she was going down, because there's a drop down the shaft
on Orbital.
And she ended up on top of the other area, and that shouldn't have happened because that place didn't lead to that place. But then again, they do that all the time, Red vs. Blue, but it just looked really odd in this scene.
I had no problem with that. See, I have a suspension of disbelief. I have a really large Red vs. Blue, so I kind of just go with it. It's fine.
But yeah, there's some people let stuff like that slide, but when it comes to I always make sure everything's kind of not prompt. That's the wrong word to use.
Well, remember, Reference Blue, though, is the reason why it is. I think that Waterworks is below Halo 2's...
Yeah, everyone thinks that.
Yeah, I played a game the other day, and I actually did... I totally thought that for a couple seconds. Okay, when I go down to get to... Oh, wait, that's on the map. Oh, yeah. That kind of blew my mind. I was like, holy cow. This is not in the same area.
So, the next scene is a little dispute between York and Carolina, with Carolina still being kind of blinding by her...
ambition,
faith and ambition, towards the director. While York obviously knows the truth, as Texas has told her.
Director, or is it faith in her own ability to beat Tex? Because that's what's.
Well, it might be a bit of both.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
It might be she wants to beat Texas, but in doing so, she'll prove herself to the director. So it might be a bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
So they get a little bit emotional. York saying, "Oh, I'll take you away. We'll have babies, all that kind of stuff."
Yeah, babies.
He doesn't actually say babies, but you get the gist.
Yeah, I think that this scene really sold it for people to realize that Carolina had the idea, and she realizes that she is not. I'm trying to think. What's the right way of saying that? She's not right for York, maybe, or
yeah.
I think that they would make a good relationship. I just think that she's so far into her ambition that she can't ever do it anymore.
Yeah, maybe if it wasn't Project Freelancer, then they could have, but because of
her way of wording that, by the way, James, instead of saying "do it," we probably just say they can't get together.
Yeah, they can't get together. Relationship, same thing.
Personally, not sure about you. I actually love the music in this scene because it was kind of
touching in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
And I liked the slow motion fight and how it was slow, and I thought that really matched their mood pretty well.
Yeah, that's actually profitable.
They didn't really want to hurt each other, but she just wanted to get him out of the way, and And she pulled the light from the previous episode.
Uh-huh.
Well, she pulled the lighter out given to her from York from the club or area. Yeah. And then, of course, you find it at where York was died.
Of which he still kept until when he died.
Yeah. It's just like shows, he cared. It was... Yeah.
What was the logo on there? I actually originally, when I saw that in the York episode, I genuinely thought it was the sickle and fucking hammer symbol, but it's not, obviously, because I'm looking at it right now, and it's like a ball of fire.
Yeah. What is the hammer and sickle? Really?
I don't know. When it was on the floor, it looked like a hammer and sickle.
It's the communist symbol.
Yeah, it looked like the communist symbol when it was on the floor on that map.
Yeah. No, it's
that's why I was kind of baffled, because I was like, why the hell has he got a communist layer? What? So it's a good thing I didn't mention it in that video, because I would have embarrassed myself, but at least I've realized my mistake.
I would have called director Stalin. Look, it's director Stalin. Anyways, continue. Next part.
Next part is Texas running, doing some epic fucking shit from wall to wall, and then she comes across Carolina, and they engage in combat. Obviously, Carolina still wants to kind of prove herself, and they start fighting. But the AI doesn't help in this scene. But I think it's just because she wants to beat her by himself.
No, her equipment is running, or speed or whatever. You can't have a speed in no gravity.
The moment they knocked through that door, and then the door smashed off the window, and then you could see the crack in the window, I knew something was gonna happen with that. I just knew something was epic was about to happen.
It happened.
The CG from this scene is just phenomenal. Like character animation is really good with the no gravity, and then the space scene. I've always loved the space, and the space scene just got better and better in here. Flying towards the planet, going into the atmosphere and burning up, it looked phenomenal.
I'm going to miss the space scenes now, because that's actually one of my favorite parts in there, yeah. Like, whenever, at the very beginning of the season, the Chiron ship, it's like doing the old style ship. They're fighting back and forth or whatever.
The Destroyer?
Yeah, whatever it was, yeah. And, the fourth one, that was, the coolest part of
it. They had that, and they must have put so much time and effort into making that Destroyer model. And they're still, they used it once, so hopefully we get to see it return.
I have a reason for that one, actually. They pulled somebody, it was a foreigner, and his wife, actually, that made the space stuff, mostly. Like, a lot of the space stuff was made by him. And he actually moved from a country, got settled in, did all this stuff right here, while also making this scene. The same, making
I was told that the guy who does the space CGI is from the UK.
Yeah, he moved to the UK because he came from I can't remember what country he came from. I cannot remember what it was.
Earth.
Oh yeah, another country, moved to the UK and also making the scene at the same time with his wife.
But yeah, if that guy ever sees this review, which I doubt, right? You've made Red vs. Blue for me. Those space CGIs. The CGI is just fucking phenomenal.
Well, he made the junkyard scene stuff. That the junkyard was him. Yeah.
All the space stuff's been him. That's why it looks fucking phenomenal.
It's kind of sad. You could never see that in a video game right now, because all the pixels and all that stuff right there, that would never possibly work in a at least right now in a console game.
That could not be rendered in real time at all.
Could you imagine the lag? They're just loading up.
That scene where the frigate's burning up in the atmosphere, as it's entering the atmosphere. That scene would have took a very long time to render. One frame of that. I'm guessing that's Fume Effects. It looks very similar to Fume Effects, but I don't know what the program the guy used. I'm guessing it's either 3ds Max or Maya, so I'm guessing it is Fume Effects.
Oh, 3ds Max.
And 3ds Max in space.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, then it will be definitely Fume Effects. I might be wrong, I don't know if there's any other Fire plugins, but anyway, that scene would have at least took a good few hours to render one frame, and I don't know how many frames Red vs. Blue renders at, but I render at 60 frames a second, and if one frame takes a good few hours, that in my opinion, that'd take at least about 4 or 5 hours maybe, depending on your computer.
I hate to diverge the commentary that's here, this review for 2 seconds, but something for the commentary kind of around something was that Matt was talking about how he rendered a bunch of scenes that Monty gave him, But in one of the scenes with it was Connecticut or CT, she had a bunch of guns all over her because she was like, they had like the arsenal of guns. If you had to use them, they could like have them on her. But they like this would take away some of the guns away from like the ones they didn't use. They kept them on there. So 100 weapons on her. He rendered that out. He's like, took like a couple hours to render that out. He was like, "Oh yeah, don't render that scene out by the way, because it had a bunch of weapons in there. It doesn't not necessary." He's like,
"Oh my god." No, I know exactly how you must have felt. I do stuff like that all the time.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's content. We should probably.
Yeah. Anyway, continue. Sorry, I was kind of going off on one, but that space CGI is absolutely unreal. Carolina and Texas like kind of discuss shit in the on the glass as it starts cracking, and Texas says, "What did she say? You can't win me, but you can come with me."
You can't win, but you come with me. Yeah, but and that was again that shot with her floating along top of the door, looking at her, turning and whatnot. That was probably the coolest like bit right there in the low gravity.
Yeah. And then when you see like the in atmosphere shot of the frigate coming down all small, it's definitely Fume Effect. So unreal.
Then it hits the mountain and then glides in.
Do they just land on some unknown ice planet?
That's
I'm guessing that's
Is that the same area
I was gonna guess that's like Avalanche, but then again, Red vs. Blue is based on the Halo ring.
Yeah, it's the Sidewinder base.
Yes, Sidewinder.
Because this right here,
that's where Alpha was stationed.
Yep. Well, yeah. Okay, stationed. All right. Yeah. Continue.
It goes to too much. I'm watching this as I'm kind of critiquing. It fits the wife, and then it goes
the best
to
scene
Machinima.
ever comes up.
Machinima in Halo Reach, which seemed very kind of a very passive scene in my opinion. Church was just kind of like meh, whatever.
Well, Church was like much. Like imagine a human being take away his anger, his happiness, his everything. What's it gonna be? He's gonna be passive. He's gonna be nothing, pretty much.
He's not gonna be like anxious, so he's not gonna be like asking stuff. He's not gonna be paranoid. He's gonna not care.
And eventually, of course, we all know that Church does still retain some of his like anger and other stuff like that, but it's so minute though on some things that it's just like he's trying to recuperate from the damage done from the torture. Yeah.
Like you can just tell from this is the exact scene when Texas was referring to in Revelations when she said she did the break-in, and then when she got there, Alpha didn't even recognize her. So I'm guessing this is the scene she was referring to. It's nice to see how it's all tying up.
Yeah, it's funny that this means that the Texas we saw in Blood Chronicles knew about everything, but continued to just withhold information from Church in order to keep possibly having, recursion possibly to, or memory recursion.
Well, she thought she didn't even know Church was there until quite far in, until she actually got captive.
Yeah. Okay, so James, you going to take this one? Let James take this one.
You've been very quiet, James. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lost, but the only scene that I did recognize that I thought was awesome was at the end, where Carolina is on the edge of a cliff.
Oh, we're not to that yet.
And we're not. We're not.
Like the next scene.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what?
Well, you can discuss it anyway. It is pretty much the next scene. Go ahead.
Just do it.
The main is running outside with his brute shot, and Tex looks out the window and sees Carolina on the ground, and then he does the same animation that he did in Revelation, where he picks up Texas, and it looks like he's going to stab her in the face, but they don't show it. But
I personally think that he's going to stab her because you think about the Revelation. I think that was the reason why they used that same movement was to remind you that this is what Main's about to do to her.
Yeah, he ripped out her bloody AIs from her head, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's why she bled on the floor. One thing I did notice from this scene, when he puts the brute shot on his back, there is one more camera angle where he's still got the brute shot on, and then the camera angle after that, the brute shot's gone.
Too, actually. And when I was watching, it's not in the DVD. It's also there. It's not there. Sorry, not there as well.
It's not there.
It's just a goof that they Well, it's the same thing that was in Revelation where they had the knife in his back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the knife disappeared. Yeah, and then look, I didn't notice that Butcher actually returns when he at the camera angle after
close up shot, but the far away shot, it's gone. When he's walking up to her. Or
yeah.
Carolina falls, but she's not dead. How do you guys?
I really hated that angle of her falling in slow motion. It just it looks so stupid to me. It just looked really dumb.
Hey James, you're stupid. I'm kidding.
it looks.
Her face, when she was going first, and her mouth just closed, and she had no emotion on her face.
Face is a little weird, but let's see you guys get your AIs ripped out of your skull. How do you guys gonna look?
it just I don't know. It just looked really out of place. I just
the CT face, the feels, all the feels face that that had on her when she died or whatever. It's definitely not as good as that one.
And then the Meadow puts back on his helmet, and he now has Carolina's AIs, and Tex runs away, and Sigma's
Texas actually looks back before this and sees the director.
Oh yeah, and they're just staring in fear.
He has a unit in his hand, so I'm guessing he's collected the alpha, the original, and then he's just got it on him. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, and the director and the black guy, they're just staring. They're just staring in fear. They're like, oh shit.
One thing I did notice, after Maine put his on his helmet, he went he twitched out.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy.
I think it's because to him, when he gets an air, it's it's like a rush, like a drug to him. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's oh yes, I'm
they have
euphoria. Yeah. That's kind of what it said to me when he did that.
What's the scene we skipped over?
We haven't skipped over any.
I said we skipped over something whenever we said you said that going to the med.
Oh no, I wasn't. I was presuming we were still going to talk about the scene with Tex and Church, but obviously we weren't. We were moving on. And then
his thing that we it's not much to talk about right now. Right now.
Well, the episode is actually almost ended. There's one more camera angle where Sigma looks at Texas when she walks away, and there's 3 AIs, which is quite weird because you're normally used to Maine having 50 AIs. Well, not 50 obviously, but a lot more than 3.
Yeah, it's 7 AIs.
This is the beginning.
Yeah.
This is his first time. This is his AI virginity taking, stealing. One thing I actually did notice from this scene that I actually surprisingly haven't noticed ever before, the Sigma, which was actually rendered in the season, is nothing like the Season 10 trailer. And in my opinion, the Season 10 trailer Sigma looked unreal compared to what they use now.
Well, that's because the one in Season 10 trailer was not finished yet. They had,
it still looks better.
The person that was making on it was I'm not so sure.
You can tell that they've done a rewrite or changed the scene at least, because that scene where Sigma's oh yeah, we will find you. I've got the teaser up now. And in the background, it looks like they're in the ship, and it's kind of snowy. It looks like they're in the frigate, and then the actual scene, the outside of the frigate.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because they want to give away where they're at, so,
And then Sigma's oh, we'll get you next, Tex. You can't run from us.
And honestly, trying to render an atmospheric plus the Sigma is probably a lot harder than inside of a ship.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. I'm not a whole big animation person. You probably know a little more about that.
Well, it's probably because it's snowing and there's so many particles everywhere.
And then it cuts to Rooster Teeth. For more videos, go to roosterteeth.com. That was a fucking great episode.
That animation at the very end with the Rooster Teeth symbol, it just wasn't proper, I don't think, Never mind.
I reckon they should just start cutting to black.
I missed the cut to black thing. Remember, they used to do that a whole lot.
Yeah.
I missed that. But maybe they're
that is the end of the episode.
We just did an almost 40-minute recap of the episode.
Holy hell.
It's a good reason. Let's go ahead and end this thing off, though, before we keep talking. Unless you're
James, overall review?
I'm not giving this a review because I have no idea what the hell I just watched. I can't give it a review. I have no idea what the hell happened. I have no idea, so I'm not giving it a review. I'm lost. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I'm more confused now than I was before I did the review.
Anyway, I'm going to give this episode a plus because of the space CGI. Yeah, I loved it. Like, that's the highlight of the episode. No, the whole episode was absolutely fantastic. Loved it from script to cinematography, like I said. Everything just kind of seems to be coming to a close now, and hopefully the next episode is episode 20, and it's the final one. Hopefully it's a big, lengthy one.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the final episode.
I like the big, lengthy one, just see.
Oh, actually, I can give this away right now to you. It's not going to be the last episode. It's not going to be
episodes is there in the season?
23.
23? Holy shit. Well, what's to do, guys, and I hope you'll join us for them.
I'm just going to upload this as an audio-only review.
I doubt you're going to get gameplay, which is 5 minutes long.
I mean, that's going to take forever to upload, so I might just see. Because, like, this recording right now is only 30.8 megabytes. So I can upload that in, like, 5 minutes.
Well, we'll say our goodbyes.
All right, thank you for watching. I might do my own review, because, like I said, I have no idea what the hell's going on.
Okay, we'll help you out, by the way.
Yeah, I have no idea what I just watched.
All right, well, we'll see you later, guys, and stay tuned for the next episode coming up soon.
Sooner than you may think.
Yes.
Well, maybe not sooner, because I'm not sure that counts. That's like breaking street date or something. But anyway, stay tuned. Ciao for now.
Yep, bye. Bye.